birthday parties.
In Long Island?
Yeah, but before I was 10 and things of that nature. And, you know, after that it was Payless sneakers and things of that nature. And I grew up around people that had a lot of money. You know, they come from old money. They passed it down from generations. These people had things. They was looking better than rappers when I was going to school.
So would you say that you was poor, middle class, or rich growing up?
I was poor because my foster mother that we was talking about, she never had a job when I was born. She was past retirement age. All her money came from foster kids.
All right.
So growing up,
she made a living off of that.
Yeah. So growing up in the neighborhood where the kids' parents was doctors, lawyers, restaurant owners, and things of that nature, it drove me to the streets immediately. Because the streets was the only things that was feeding me. You understand what I'm saying? I could get a pair of Nikes or a pair of Jordans, but I have to leave it at my homeboy house.
Why? Because
my parents was, not both of them, but my mother was a strict Christian.
So you come from a Christian background?
Yeah, from adoption wise.
Right.
But they used to say the drugs and everything else that was made from all the profits that was made from the drugs was the devil's money, so to speak. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been through some shit, man. I done bought my shit and got it destroyed in the household. I done had deacons and preachers lay their hands on me and all this other shit.
So would it be safe to say that you had a foundation growing up, kind of, because you had the Christian background?
To a certain extent, because she died when I was 13, turning 14.
How did that affect you?
I went to a boys' facility, an old boys' facility.
Once she passed away?
Yeah. A Division for Youth facility called St. Mary's in Long Island.
Right.
I was in there for 3.5 years, basically.
And then you...
I came home when I was 16 in 11th grade. I left in the 7th grade or the 8th beginning. And came home in the 11th grade.
Okay. So at this point, you was like in a facility now. So that was a whole different...
No females, all boys. School on campus, we wasn't leaving.
How was that though? Like, you know, being that you was just staying in a, we gonna just say, you said poor though, but to me, I feel like Long Island is middle class, that area.
To a certain extent.
So you went from middle class to now a fucking, excuse my French, a whole different environment. You in a facility now. Right, so I already know that kind of, as a young kid, that kind of affected you, right? How, like, you know, give me some more, like, what?
When you come into this facility, it's called Mercy First now.
Mercy First?
Yeah, it's in Syosset on Convent Road, but it was called St. Mary's when I was in there. If you don't have no shoes, they give you something called Rydell. Rydell football sneakers, and that was the brand that used to fund a lot of middle school and college football. Okay. That was the brand of the helmets. And
like how Coldcraft with the
one. Exactly. And that's what they used to give you. And then, you know, being in there for so long, I got staff took a liking to me, so I got to be able to work in the kitchen. And I was able to stack some money before I left it. When I left there, I probably had like 3,003 and some change.
Oh, they used to give you guys allowance?
Yeah, but once you work in the kitchen, that's your money because you're working for. But you know, when I came home, I had like 3,000 and some change.
All right, so once you left there, you had a plan, like what you was going to do. I know, like you kind of went through a whole lot.
But, all right, so
I know you kind of went through a whole lot because I know, like, you know, you probably stacked your money up and all that. But like, what was your goal once you was leaving there? You had a destination where you was going?
My goal, see, when I left there, I went in the custody of my adopted brother, and he, while I was in there, he became a bishop in the church. And he was young. And when I came home...
Shout out Big Bro.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, when I came home, my main focus was to finish school and to make something out of myself. But I didn't have the chance because when I came home, I was already institutionalized. So I brought that into the streets and I brought that into the school and I got locked.
For the people that don't know that, I know what that means, but for my Max Out people, for them that don't know what that means, like as far as like you institutionalized, can you give like an example? Like
when you come home from being away from a long period of time, you pick up certain habits. You start showering in your underwear. You know, you may not feel comfortable sitting at the table eating food with other people. Because if they get up and make a certain movement, you don't know what their movement is. That movement could be the end of your life if you were locked up.
Right.
So when you come home, it's a hard transition to being a civilian. If you can, if many can make that transition, because a lot of people I know couldn't make that transition.